All right. One of the few games I was kind of spot on was the New York Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Uh, this game I expected the Steelers to kind of drop the ball. I thought Mitch Trubisky would have a really bad game. He's been on a downhill stretch for quite a while now, and the Jets have enough decent weapons to get some yards at least. I thought this would be a 15 to 12 type game, field position, field goals. It was more so turnovers and mistakes, kind of winning the field position battle. Uh, and I predicted that Mitch Trubisky would get ultimately get benched this game, and he did. Pickett came in there, didn't show a whole lot. He had a couple QB sneaks that were decent. That was kind of like his highlight of the day, scoring those touchdowns, but uh, on the goal line. But I think the New York Jets are a little better than what people really think. They are towards the bottom of the league, but they're not like in the 30s. I would probably have them in like mid to upper 20s overall. Their defense is pretty solid. They got Sauce Gardner. They got a few other defenders that are pretty solid on that defense, and they got a 1-2 punch at running back. I like Brees Hall a lot. I like Garrett Wilson a lot. He didn't do much, but I like him too. And Zach Wilson coming back. Seems like they played with a little swag on Sunday. I I like the way they play. I think they'll end up with maybe 6 or 7 wins. But as for the Steelers, uh, they made the right decision. And I think this might turn their season into a winning season. I think if Trubisky would have stayed in there that entire season, I really, really think that uh, they would have had a losing year for the first time with Mike Tomlin. And, you know, Pickett's a winner, and he played for Pitt, who didn't really have a whole lot of talent around them the whole time. He stayed there 4 years, did really well for him, and wasn't like a freakish athlete or anything, but just seems like he's a good manager. He knows the game good. He has good accuracy. He's quick enough to get out of the pocket. He's tough. You know, I don't care about the hand size. All I care about is the win and loss column. That's my main thing. And then if stats come along with it, that's kind of overstating your point, then cool. But wins and losses is number one. And Pickett's been a winner. Fully expect them to turn it around this season. They are destined to have Kenny Pickett. Went to Pitt, grew up there, the whole deal. I think he's a great fit for the organization for how he plays, who he is, everything. I really think that was like a spot on pick. Um, but the Jets, man, I like the way the direction they're going, and if they just continue to groom Zach Wilson in a manner that like doesn't force him to get rushed every play and force him into mistakes, and as long as they groom him right and they keep building the way they did in last year's draft, I mean, in a couple of years they could be a playoff team. Right now they're kind of overachieving, but I like the potential they're showing for sure. But what I tell you about Mitch Trubisky,